Hey, in this video, I am doing Fulani braids again. You guys know that I am obsessed with doing Fulani braids on men. It's just giving B2K vibes. And if you've seen my last video of me doing it with twists in the back, I'm changing it up a bit. And I am doing braids in the back. No twists, all braids. From the scalp to the individuals in the back, all braids. So I'm starting off with parting ear to ear, well, mainly behind his ear and over. This is a style that is best of both worlds. So right here, I am creating the best of both worlds. And when I say that, I mean individuals in the back, meaning more free, and cornrows at the top. Now you see me splitting it down the middle, and I'm about to create the rows for the back. He's going to be having like a medium size. I'm going by the density of his hair. I'm also parting from where his other hairline meets, and then I'm going straight across, and then underneath it will be 2 rows. When I say density, I mean the thickness of his hair. He doesn't have super duper thick hair. His hair is more on the finer side. So that is what I'm going by, and you see me just using the braiding gel that I like to use, which is Pure O Neat Braid. All the products that I'll be using will be in the description box. The reason why you see me parting where it's halfway in the back is because I want you guys to see a way you could pre-part doing individuals. And I'm just basically showing you guys row by row doing the halfway pre-parting. And then once I'm done doing all of these rows, you'll see me connect all the way to the other side of the other half, and it just makes things a lot easier. So if you want to pre-part rows for your individuals, this is how you can do it. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting. I'm going to be posting a whole lot more content. I've been editing them so you guys can see them at least once a week, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, you just see me doing the pre-part of what the rows will be, and it'll be so much easier once I connect the other side. All right, now that I've made all the rows, you see I am now connecting with the other side. You see how easy that was? I just add the braiding gel, and then I just part it with my rat tail comb. Now I am about to part the first braids for this row, the first row. And it is going to be 3 braids back here because, again, the density of his hair is not super thick right here in the back. And I don't want him to have little old stick, very small braids, stick figure braids. So that is why he is only getting 3. And I am going to begin to start braiding. You want to make sure when you are doing these sections for each braid, you are clipping them and making sure that no hair is in the way. And then you're going to start your plait. And you start with 3 pillars, and then you just cross over, under, and that's pretty much how you do a braid. If you guys want to see a slow down, slow motion video of me doing an actual box braid or plait, just let me know and I will create a short for you guys. But yeah, here I am. I'm not going to do the complete back section because you guys have seen me do individuals on him before. And if you haven't, then you have to look throughout my channel and you'll see that I have done a ton of plaits on his head before. He usually like individuals. So yeah. So if you want to see more of how I do plaits or individual braids, you can either head over to a live of me doing it, or you can get another male video of just individual box braids. I do have a box braid video as well that I can put in the corner here. And yes, I did push his head forward. This is my son. He's very difficult as far as doing hair. He doesn't like to hold his head right. He want to play the video game. He want to laugh and talk on the phone. And I don't treat all my clients like this. Trust me, he's not a paying client anyway. But yeah, I have to constantly maneuver him and turn his head. He was very difficult during this hairstyle. He was just wanting to move around and just do what he wanted to do. Meanwhile, he wanted his hair done. You see how that works? But you see how I'm connecting from the middle and just going over to the other side. And I am meeting up with the part over there, which is his hairline above his ear. And this is how I am creating the second braid. Again, I am cleaning up the parts. And then I am going to do all of the braids. So continue to watch so you can see how I do the top part. You see how I had to move them around again? Man, oh man. And it looks a lot rougher because the speed of this video is going fast. I promise you I am not hurting him at all, or he would have raised up out of this chair. And yeah, I am just parting him and turning his hair and maneuvering it to make sure. I am pretty much a part freak. I will part until I find it to be the way that I envisioned. I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that way. And yeah, this row will have 4 braids. And yes, it does have like a brick layer as far as like braids covering up the parts underneath. And you'll see that the more I braid. But you can see, to create a brick, you have to do like how I have 3, and then it'll be a middle part, and then at the top above this row it will not be a middle part, and it'll be 5 braids, and that's so on and so on. I've explained this before in another video. You guys can check that out and just find out which one. I really don't know, but I know it's on my channel somewhere of me explaining it. I actually think I explained it in the video of him when he got the Fulani with the twist. Now I am at the top. I did do a lot of pre-parting off camera, but the whole top will be crisscross braids. It will be 3 sets on each side of crisscross braids. Here is the first set. I'm just cleaning up the parts. You want to split these in sections and then you want to clip them apart. I am going to be cleaning up the parts a lot, so be prepared for that, but I'm just showing you guys how I did the crisscross design. Last time I picked the design off of Pinterest. This time around I kind of just was like, I'm just going to do crisscross. And then my next tutorial, so be on the lookout for that, will be all zigzag. I did a live of that, so y'all can go check that out on my channel. But here I am doing the first braid to the crisscross, and I have completed the entire back section, as you guys can see. So please continue to watch me do the crisscross design at the top. I like this hairstyle so much. I love that he has the taper look. It really brings it all together. And yeah, and I'm just braiding it all the way down. This hairstyle should last about 3 weeks. And that's with good maintenance and care, meaning you're wearing a shower cap. You can go swimming with this hairstyle, but at night you want to make sure that you tie it down with a headscarf, and that's only when it is not wet. If you go swimming and your hair is wet, just let it air dry and just sleep as is. It is what it is. But if you are not swimming, you want to make sure that you're wearing a shower cap and that you are wearing a do-rag, not a bonnet, a do-rag, to make sure you hold this whole hairstyle in place. And then you want to make sure you oil your hair, your scalp, you know, every so often. Sometimes you can get in the shower without a shower cap and just let those pores open up without your hair getting wet, and then you can go over it with a nice moisturizer and oil. And that is what I recommend as far as taking care of this type of hairstyle. And yeah, I think it'll look good as long as you take care of it. As anything in life, it lasts if you take care of it. Again, 3 weeks max. And then I would recommend taking it out, washing your hair, and then doing another protective style. And here I am with the second braid on this side. And I'm going to just show you guys how I parted everything. But keep watching so you guys can see the entire process and see the finished product. Again, if you are liking this content, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know in the comments if you like this hairstyle. Do you think it's fitting for men to wear a Fulani hairstyle? I particularly love it. I like that the braids are not covering his face. He usually wear individuals throughout his whole head, and his face is covered. So it's nice to see his full face and his taper with this hairstyle. But again, all those styles are nice styles in general. But I just really love this hairstyle right now. It's really my thing for just the guys. I mean, I do it on the girls too, but I'm loving it on the guys. It's giving me early 2000s, you know, B2K like I told y'all before. I do want to mention that when you take this hairstyle down, you want to take the braid that's overlaying the other braid before you do the braid underneath. Like, really pay attention to what braid is covering the other braid when taking it down. My son told me, man, did I run into some issues. He didn't really pay attention and just took his hair down. So you want to make sure you take the braid that's overlaying the other braid down first, then the other braid. If I did this in reverse, you will understand exactly what I mean. So maybe I'll do a short on that and you'll just see how to take this down in reverse. But you do not want to take the braid that's lying underneath down first. So be mindful of that when it comes to takedown. I just wanted to say that really quickly so you guys won't be like, why didn't you say taking this down would be crazy doing crisscross all at the top? So because it's crisscross, you want to take the top braid down that's overlaying first down and then the braid that's underneath. So it'll be easier. Now that I'm all done, I'm going through his hair with Blue Magic and this rosemary oil that I mixed into my Blue Magic, and I'm just rubbing it throughout his entire scalp. This is one of my finishing touches as far as like being at the end of just doing this hairstyle. I always like to leave all my clients with a nice moisturized scalp before they go. They don't have to think about really oiling it until like a couple days, depending on how their hair is, but sometimes a week. But I just want to start his hair on a good, foundation as far as moisturizing, considering that I like him to come free of any product. Now I am doing this scalp relief tea tree. I love this. Again, everything is in my storefront on Amazon, but it will all be in the description. Then I'd use a little old school pump it up spritz to just make sure his hair doesn't frizz and keep it all in place. Then I go over it with this olive oil sheen. I really like to do it on the ends of his hair to really make sure. You can't forget about, the ends of your client's head. You have to also do the braids itself. Now I am adding rubber bands to the ends to make sure these braids don't unravel. He did just recently get his ends trimmed, but that doesn't mean it's going to unravel right away. But I just want to make sure they're secure so I don't have to worry about that in the end, or he doesn't have to worry about that when rocking this hairstyle. And yeah, I think it turned out super nice. Look at the finished product. And if you want to see pictures of this, just head on over to my Instagram. But here's the finished product. Isn't it nice? My son got a compliment the first day we went to Walmart, right after, me doing this hairstyle. And they was like, I love your hair. And he was like, thanks. So here's some other tutorials. See you in the next one. Peace and hair grease.